Hi, Leo. Welcome to your love and relationship reading for the month of October. For those of you who are just tuning in, I like to start off with a reading for my singles, and then I move into a reading for my couples. And right now, Leo, it looks like where you're at now is the Emperor. You know, you have a lot of drive, a lot of strength. You're somebody who really likes to take control of situations. You like to be the leader. And I don't even think that this is something that you can necessarily help. I think it's really just an essence of who you are. But this take charge attitude that you have is a guiding light within your life, and it's driven you in every aspect, and it hasn't led you to astray. I think that, right now, since this is in regards to love, I think that it could be a little tricky because love is, essentially very delicate, especially in the beginning, as to the different directions that it could go. And it could easily not work out the way that you want. The situation and the chemistry ultimately has to be right. And I think that, when you find someone that you want to be with, you're just full steam ahead. And I think that at times, it could be overwhelming to the people that, you're essentially with. Now, we do have the Three of Wands, which indicates, that I think essentially you're at a really good spot in your life, and I think that this really goes hand in hand with the Emperor as to the work that you've done to establish the place that you are in life. This is a reminder that it's okay to lean on others for comfort and guidance, and I think that when we have such a strong personality as Leo and this sort of take charge attitude, that at times we depend so heavily to get things done on ourselves that we forget to reach out for support that's around us. Now, we do have the Two of Cups, which is interesting. This is a singles reading. However, I think that there's somebody that you already have in mind, somebody who you are essentially in love with, that you have this twin flame soulmate type connection. Now, the foundation of this situation is the Princess of Swords. I think that, this person has inspired you to see things in a different light, has, challenged you in the way that you communicate, and has really, essentially even taught you and made you start over, seeing things in a different perspective, a new light, trying new things. This person is very inspiring. It makes you feel like, you're essentially very inexperienced. And this also touches on the Emperor card, where you don't feel like you're necessarily the one who is guiding the direction of this relationship. You're not the one essentially in control of this situation. And I think that the way you focus, this is really taking you back, because you're able to navigate your life with that forward momentum at every other aspect. And I think that this situation has made you really take a step back. We have the Seven of Cups, and I think, that we have this relationship, or, this person that we are in love with. I don't think that you're with this person. I think that this person is just somebody who you have either just met or somebody, that you've known, but you aren't essentially with them, right? But you are thinking of the different directions to take this relationship. I think that, again, going back to the Emperor, this is something extremely overwhelming, is really taking you back. The Princess of Swords made you, feel inexperienced. And, that could be an uncomfortable and scary feeling, because this person is really pulling at those inner vulnerabilities. And there's also an element of fear. What if I get hurt? How do I stay in control of this? I really think that's a key aspect to this reading, the element of control, that you're ultimately relinquishing and surrendering to the universe, so to speak. We do have the Page of Wands, which indicates your aspirations, this light that's gone off inside, this passion, this fire within. And again, this touches on, feeling an experience, a newness. This person brings something out of you that you haven't necessarily experienced with other people before. You in the environment of the future is the Queen of Cups. I see you guys moving forward in a relationship, and I think it's really going to work out. We have this abundance of emotion, but I think that for you, the hardest part of this situation has to do with letting egos go and kind of just surrendering yourself, to this relationship, which is extremely hard. It's also extremely scary. And, the feeling that, life is essentially out of your control with this situation is very hard, for this Leo type personality to handle and understand, because this isn't, the way that your life has gone thus far. Now, we do have the outcome, which is the Seven of Wands. I see things moving, not moving fast with this relationship. I think that, which doesn't diminish the type of emotion that's involved. And I think that this has to do with this strong personality, and just wanting to make, or the right decisions for everybody involved. But this could also touch on certain elements that you're tiptoeing around, not really acknowledging. And this has to do with, those inner vulnerabilities that are within that, you essentially are having a hard time communicating. Now, I'd like to pull a card from my moon deck, a mantra to leave you with in honor of my namesake, as I drop the cards. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. Okay, think about that. Now is the time to integrate all that I have gathered. So, with that said, I'm going to move into a reading for my couples. Now it's time to integrate all that I have gathered. I think that touches on, past experiences, lessons that I have learned, and incorporate them into a positive light, moving forward into the future and applying them to this situation. Also, it could touch on, the support of others, friendships, family members, your partner, communicating with him or her. Okay. So the first card in this spread is, what you're bringing into this relationship, and it's the Strength card, the Leo card, the card of the Lion. When you think of strength, this touches, I think, on the strong personality that, Leos have, this extreme fire strength. But also, the gentleness and kindness that Leos also encompass. And I think that this is something that, makes people very drawn to you. They want to listen to you. They want to follow you, so to speak. You're somebody who is very respected by your peers. We do have the Princess of Swords, which touches on where you're at now in regards to this relationship. The Princess of Swords, this touches on an openness and, experiencing communication experience things in general in a different way, trying to see things in a different light, feeling inspired to try different avenues with this relationship, situations that you haven't necessarily considered seeing yourself in before. This situation is different. We have the High Priestess, which touches on, the direction that you're wanting to take this relationship. And I think that this person, really touches on those inner vulnerabilities, areas in your life that people haven't touched on before, and maybe this has inspired you to share, parts of yourself that you haven't shared with other people, which also touches on the Princess of Swords, this newness, and feeling very inspired. And there's something about this situation that feels instinctful, something. It's very easy to listen to yourself in regards to this situation as to, the direction to take it. Now, we do have the Seven of Pentacles, which indicates, what your partner is bringing into this relationship. And this person has a very clear understanding of what it takes to make a relationship work. And they're willing to, put forth the effort and time to seeing a relationship thrive. I had a reading yesterday with somebody, and we talked about, envisioning a garden and starting out as a seed and putting forth the time to make this garden flourish, the time and energy. And this is something that, they will apply throughout the duration of your relationship, which is something that's very important. Now, we do have the Sun card, which indicates where they are now in regards to this relationship. They are very happy, euphoric, almost childlike, and I think that there's a newness to this situation. So I'm wondering if this is a relatively new relationship, or maybe this is a fresh start for some of you. We do have the Eight of Cups, which signifies, where they're hoping to take this relationship. Right now, they're going through their life and they're figuring out what's working and what's not, what's tangible and what isn't, what matters, what doesn't, so to speak, a cleanse. And I think that this is really important. They want to put forth the time and effort into making this relationship work. So generally, when we see the Eight of Cups, I think people think, oh, this person is leaving. I don't see it that way. I see in this situation, with the supporting cards, that they're just doing a cleanse, what's working and what's not, and they're applying this energy to this relationship, which makes them, very happy. Now, how you see this person is the Ace of Pentacles. You see the opportunity, within this relationship, all the different directions that you could take this situation, the abundance, the world is available to you, so to speak, and you can take it in any way that you want. The possibilities are abundant. Now, we have the Four of Wands, which touches on the way that, your partner sees you, and this person sees you as somebody, long-term commitment, celebration, engagements. This person sees you as somebody that they could spend the rest of their life with, and they're thinking about these things. This person is taking you very seriously. Now, the outcome is the Nine of Cups, so this is an emotional card, an abundance card, the hope for the future is abundant, which touches on, the Ace of Pentacles, and the commitment that could have, or you guys could have with each other. And I'd like to pull a card from my Moon deck. My dreams reveal that magic is real and anything is possible. And I think that this card is so appropriate for this reading. anything is possible in regards to this dynamic that you guys have. So with that said, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me at montreflotarot@gmail.com. I am also available for private readings. I hope to hear from you soon. Bye.